If you truly wish to discover exactly where you stand in a woman's life, there is an infallible method: leave her alone. Do not call her. Do not write to her. Do not seek her out. Simply vanish. If a woman genuinely values you, you will notice her reaction immediately. If you do not matter to her, you will also notice her reaction immediately. The problem is that many men are afraid to take this step. Why? Because they know that if they stop talking to her, there is a possibility that she will do absolutely nothing. And that is the harshest answer of all, the truth that few are willing to accept. If she never texted you first, what do you think will happen when you stop doing it? If you were the one always insisting on making plans, what do you think will happen when you stop insisting? If your messages were left on read for hours or days, what do you think will happen when you stop sending them? Exactly. Nothing. The reality is that many women do not value you because they know you will always be there. They view you as an option, not a priority. They know they can ignore you, disappear, and return whenever they please because you will always welcome them back with open arms. But when you flip the script, when a man stops talking to a woman, he is sending a very clear message. I do not depend on you. If you do not value my presence, you will understand my absence. And this is where something interesting occurs. Most women are accustomed to men staying put, begging for their attention. But when a man stops speaking to them without warning, without drama, and without explanation, their brain goes into crisis. Why? Because women are emotional and curious creatures. If you were a constant figure in her life and suddenly you disappear, she needs an answer. Where is he? Why isn't he writing? Is he with someone else? Her ego begins to get restless, and this is when she starts to react. The reaction of a woman when you stop talking to her. Here is something you must understand. A woman never remains indifferent when a man she liked or found entertaining disappears. She will always do something. Some get desperate and look for you. Others act as if they do not care, but deep down they are dying of curiosity. And others try to manipulate you so you return to their game. But a woman who never valued you will simply continue with her life as if nothing happened. And this, even if it hurts, is the best answer you could receive because now you know the truth. What will you do with this information? Many men, after learning this, will remain in the same cycle. They will wait for her message. They will get desperate. And if she does not respond, they will give up and write to her first. Do not be that man. If a woman truly wants you in her life, she will make the effort. If she does nothing, you already have your answer, because the man who respects himself does not beg, does not chase, and does not insist. The man who respects himself puts his energy into those who truly value him. Now tell me, have you ever stopped speaking to a woman and watched how she reacted? What was her response? 1. In the beginning, she will not care, or so it seems. When you decide to stop speaking to a woman, the first thing that happens is nothing. There is no immediate reaction, no message asking what happened, no signs that she cares. And this hits hard because in your mind, perhaps you expected her to realize what she lost, to react immediately, to feel your absence. But instead of that, everything remains the same. She keeps posting stories on Instagram, keeps going out with her friends, continues her life as if nothing happened. She might even seem happier. And this is what crushes many men, the trap of indifference. When you see that she continues her life without issues, the first temptation is to break the silence. You want to write to her, you want to know if she at least noticed you are not there, you want an answer. But this is where the majority get it wrong, because what looks like indifference is not always so. Women are very good at acting as if they do not care. They can hide their curiosity, their wounded ego, their confusion. But that does not mean they do not feel it. If she was used to you always seeking her out, her initial reaction will be to pretend it does not affect her. It is a mental game. If she sees you desperate to know if she cares, you have already lost the test of silence. The first few days after you stop talking are a test of endurance. It is there that many men surrender. Maybe she never cared. Surely she is with another. If she doesn't speak to me, it's because she already forgot me. And with those ideas in their head, they make the mistake of writing to her again. But what they do not understand is that the true impact of your absence is not felt in a day or two. Sometimes it takes weeks. The secret lies in maintaining the silence long enough for her to truly notice it. If you fall into the trap of writing to her too soon, you confirm that you are still there waiting for her attention, and that lowers your value in her eyes. Do not confuse silence with oblivion. A woman does not react immediately because her mind works differently. When a man disappears, her first reaction is pride. If he doesn't talk to me, too bad for him. Surely he will come back like everyone else. I won't give him the satisfaction of looking for him. But over time, that pride turns into curiosity, and curiosity turns into uncertainty. That is when she starts to ask herself, did he really forget me? Is he with someone else? Why doesn't he look for me if he always used to? And when a woman starts thinking too much about you, that is when she begins to feel your absence. But if you break the silence first, you ruin the whole process. You did not give her time to miss you. What to do in this phase? The answer is simple: nothing. Do not look for her, do not stalk her, do not fall into desperation. Continue with your life, focus on yourself, do what she did not expect. Move forward without her, because sooner or later she will react, but only if you have the patience to let it happen. Now tell me, have you ever stopped talking to a woman and she acted as if she didn't care? 2. She will ask herself why you disappeared. At first, she didn't care, or at least that's how it appeared. But after a while, something changes. She starts asking herself, what happened? Because you were always there, always available, always writing, always attentive to her. And from one moment to the next, you vanished without explanations, without drama, without goodbyes. And this unsettles her. When a man stops chasing, a woman's mind activates. Women are accustomed to being the center of attention. There is always someone writing to them. There is always a message waiting. There is always a man behind them. You were one of them, but now you are not. And her mind begins to question. Did he lose interest in me? Did he find another? Did he get tired of me? It is not that she suddenly loves you. It is not that she has changed her way of seeing you. But now there is a void, and the human brain hates voids. When you stop giving her answers, her mind starts looking for an explanation, and the need to know turns into an obsession, the obsession of uncertainty. If a woman knows that you will always be there, she takes you for granted. If she knows you will look for her, she doesn't have to think about you. If she knows you miss her, she doesn't have to miss you. If she knows that sooner or later you will write, she doesn't worry. But when you stop talking to her, when you break that pattern, something changes. Now there is a question without an answer, and human beings do not tolerate questions without answers. Her ego activates. She wants to know why. She wants to understand what happened. And in that moment, she starts paying more attention to you than she ever gave you before. The power of silence. Most men never reach this point. Why? Because they cannot stand the silence. They get desperate and look for her. They check if she viewed their stories. They try to prove that their strategy is working, and with that, they lose all the power. Because the true key here is to make her think. If you go on with your life as if nothing happened, if you don't look for her, if you give no signs of being concerned about her, her mind will do all the work for you. Silence is uncomfortable, but it is also a powerful tool. If you use it well, she will begin to question everything. And when a woman starts asking about you, you start winning. The mistake you must not commit. There is something that can ruin this entire process: indirect messages. If you stop talking to her, but then post sad quotes, hints, or messages insinuating that you feel bad, she will know. And in that moment, there is no more mystery. He is still thinking about me. Surely he is waiting for me to look for him. I don't have to worry. Sooner or later, he will return. With that, your advantage is over, because the tension is what makes her think of you. If you give her answers ahead of time, she is freed from that tension and simply forgets you. What you must do, if right now you are in this process, if you already stopped talking to her and feel that perhaps it is not working, remember this: patience is the key. If you truly matter to her, at some point, her curiosity will be stronger than her pride. If you don't matter to her, at least you are no longer wasting time with her. Either way, you win. So the question is, are you going to withstand the silence, Or are you going to be another one who falls into the trap of looking for her too soon? 3. She will start checking your social media. She will not do it the first day. In the beginning, she will go on with her life as if nothing happened. But little by little, when her curiosity activates, she will go looking for answers. And the first place she will search will be your social media. Did he post something new? Does he look sad, or is he enjoying his life? Is there another woman in his photos or stories? She won't write to you, she won't tell you, but in silence, she will start investigating you. Social networks have changed the game. Before, when someone disappeared, there was no way to know anything about them. But today, with a simple click, she can know what you are doing. And even if she doesn't truly miss you, even if she has no intentions of returning, her curiosity will lead her to check. Because something in her mind says, "He used to write to me all the time, why not now?" And her brain starts working, starts looking for answers where there are none. If she sees you suffering, she wins. If when she checks your network, she notes that you feel bad, that you post hints or appear depressed, her ego inflates. She knows you are still hung up on her. She knows she can return whenever she wants. She doesn't need to write to you. She doesn't need to speak to you. Just by seeing your posts, she obtains the confirmation that you haven't gotten over her. And if she knows you are still there, there is no reason to miss you. But if she sees you enjoying yourself, something changes. If she enters your profile and sees that you continue with your life, that you go out, that you enjoy yourself, that you look happy, her mind gets confused. She starts to ask herself if perhaps you forgot her before she forgot you. Curiosity turns into discomfort because now she doesn't have control. She is no longer sure that you are still waiting for her. And this is what really affects her. It is not about pretending, it is about living. Many men make the mistake of faking that they are fine just to cause an effect on her. They post forced photos so it looks like they are having an incredible time. They upload motivational phrases trying to appear that all is well. They even go as far as posting photos with other women just to make her jealous. But she notices when it is real and when it is just a desperate attempt to get her attention. That is why the key is not to fake, but to really continue with your life. Do new things, invest time in yourself, have experiences without thinking about her. And when you truly enjoy your life, she will feel it without the need for hints, without the need to prove anything. Because when she enters your profile looking for answers, she will realize that she is no longer part of your story. And in that moment, the sensation of loss becomes real. 4. She will talk about you with her friends. This is something many men do not understand. When a woman stops talking to you, it does not mean she has forgotten you immediately. Her mind keeps processing the situation, and one of the ways she deals with that is by talking about you with her friends. She might do it to mock you. She might do it to try to understand why you disappeared, or simply because your absence left a void and she needs to fill it with words. But what is certain is that you will be a topic of conversation. Do not fool yourself. If she talks about you, it is because she still feels something. Many men think, if she talks about me, it means I matter to her. And yes, partly it is true, but do not confuse talking about you with wanting to return. Women talk about many things they do not want in their lives. They talk about ex-boyfriends they do not plan to see again. They talk about situations that marked them but that they do not wish to repeat. So if you believe that just because she mentions you in a conversation it means she misses you and wants to come back, you are falling into the trap of illusion. How she speaks of you, there is the key. If she mentions you with resentment or anger, it means she still feels something. If she mocks you or minimizes what you were, she is trying to prove you do not matter to her anymore. If she talks about you with nostalgia, there is a possibility that there is still something there. But in all cases, she is processing the situation. The worst thing you can do is believe that her conversation with her friends means she is waiting for you. Because here comes the hard part. Many men become pathetic when they find out. If an immature man finds out she spoke of him with her friends, he gets excited. He sees it as an opportunity. He starts calling her again, sends her messages as if nothing had happened, believes he still has power in the situation. And that is where he loses all respect. Because a woman does not speak of a man so that he comes running back. She speaks of a man because she is seeking to justify why she walked away from him. If you return and behave like a desperate man, she will only confirm that she made the right decision by letting you go. Wake up. The power is in your absence, not in your reaction. Men who really have control of the situation are not concerned with whether she speaks of them or not. They are not looking for signs where there are none. They are not waiting for an opportunity to beg for attention again. They do not need to prove anything to anyone. Because a real man understands that his value does not depend on what she says. If she speaks well of you, good. If she doesn't speak of you, better. Your mission remains the same. Continue with your life without looking back. And if at some point she wants to speak directly with you instead of speaking about you, it will be her who looks for the way to do it. 5. She will try to get your attention indirectly. Here is where the game gets interesting. If a woman feels that you have disappeared from her life without explanation, sooner or later, she is going to want to know if you are still hung up on her. But she won't do it directly. She won't send you a message asking how you are. She won't call you to tell you she misses you. She won't be obvious because her pride won't allow it. Instead, she will look for indirect ways to call your attention. How does she do it? She will upload more striking photos on social media, especially if she never did so before. Suddenly, she starts uploading selfies from her best angle, photos in interesting places, or with captions that seem to have a hidden message. She will post hints. It could be a phrase about missing someone, a sad song, or even something that insinuates she is better off without you. She will show herself more active where she knows you can see her. If before she didn't comment much on networks, now she does. If before she didn't go out much, now suddenly it seems she has an incredible life. She could interact with something of yours in a subtle way. A like on an old photo, viewing all your stories without commenting anything, or even starting to follow someone from your close circle. Do not fall into the trap. If an immature man sees these behaviors, he believes it is a sign to return. He responds to the hint with another hint. He starts viewing her stories so she notices his presence. He gets excited and writes to her, believing she was waiting for him. Fatal error. If she really wanted to talk to you, she would do it directly. What she is doing is measuring if she still has power over you, and if you react, you only confirm to her that she still has you in the palm of her hand. The man who really understands the game completely ignores her attempts to get attention, because he knows that the true power is in his absence, because he doesn't need validation from a woman who didn't value his presence in the first place, because a high-value man does not respond to childish games. If she really wants something with you, let it be her who takes the first step. 6. If she has pride, she will pretend it does not affect her. Here is where many women play their most dangerous card, fake indifference. If she is a proud woman, the last thing she will do is show you that your absence hurts her. She won't give you that pleasure. On the contrary, she will do everything possible so you think she is better than ever. But do not be confused. It does not mean it doesn't affect her. It means her ego is stronger than her emotions. Pride versus reality. When a woman with a lot of pride feels she is being ignored, she doesn't react with sadness, but with a challenge. If he moves away, so do I. If he doesn't write to me, neither will I. I'm going to show him I don't need him. Her first reaction is to act as if everything is under control. She starts going out more with her friends, posts photos with a huge smile, shows herself busy and happy. If someone asks about you, she will say she doesn't care. But here's the detail. The more she exaggerates her indifference, the more it actually affects her. Because if she really didn't care, she would simply go on with her life without the need to prove anything. The immature man sees this and thinks, wow, seriously, I don't matter to her. She must be with someone else. Maybe I should write to her to see what happens. Error. Forced indifference is a reaction of pride, not real disinterest. How to know if it really affects her? The key to understanding if a woman is really affected is seeing beyond what she shows. 1. If she truly didn't care, she wouldn't do anything different. 2. If she pretends to be happier than ever, she is trying to send you a message. 3. If she avoids mentioning your name but behaves differently, it is because you are still in her head. pride forces her to play a role, but her behavior betrays her. A typical case: a man stops speaking to a woman because he notices she doesn't value him. At first, she doesn't react, but in a few days, she starts acting strange. She uploads photos with phrases like, "No one is indispensable," or "better alone than in bad company." In person, if she sees him, she ignores him completely or acts colder than normal. On networks, she seems to be more active than ever, but if he writes to her, she responds dryly. What does this mean? That she is playing a role. If she truly didn't care, she wouldn't do any of that. The problem is that many men fall into the trap. They see this attitude and think, I have to do something to win her back. I don't want her to think I don't care. I'm going to show her I'm still here. And that is where they lose control, because by looking for her again, she feels she won. Her pride remains intact. She knows she still has you in her hands, and the cycle repeats. The best answer when a proud woman pretends it doesn't affect her? You have to do the same. Do not write to her. Do not react to her hints. Do not try to prove anything to her. Leave her with her pride and continue with your life, because if she truly pretended she didn't care, sooner or later she will break. And when she does, it will be her who comes back. 7. If you mattered, she will look for an excuse to write to you. If you truly meant something to her, she won't stand the idea that you disappeared completely. The first weeks, she will try to play the role of the indifferent woman, but over time, her curiosity, her pride, or her feelings will betray her. Why hasn't he spoken to me? Could he have forgotten me? Is he with another? When these questions become unbearable, she will write to you. But do not expect a direct message. She won't tell you she misses you. She won't confess she's been thinking about you. Instead, she will look for an excuse. The most common excuse is, she asks you something senseless like, "Hey, do you know the name of that series you mentioned once?" Or, "Can you pass me the contact for that place?" She pretends she wrote to you by mistake. "Oops, sorry, this message wasn't for you. Haha, how weird. I don't know why I wrote to you." She uses a silly pretext to break the ice. "I still have your sweater, do you want me to return it?" Or, "I dreamed of you, how crazy." She sends you a meme or a song with a hint, without explanations, just sends it and waits for you to respond. These types of messages are not coincidences. They are signs that she wants to confirm if you are still there. If you respond quickly and excitedly, she will feel calm. She knows she still has you hooked. If you ignore her message or respond in a cold manner, the uncertainty will grow. What her message really seeks is not the information, nor does she really want to return anything to you. What she wants is to measure your reaction. Are you still available? Do you still care? Will you fall into the game again? If you look closely, it is not a real conversation, just an attempt to pull you back. How to respond or not respond. If you fall into the trap and give her what she seeks, she will feel in control again. But if you don't give her the reaction she expects, she will start to doubt. If you are not interested, ignore her. If you still have doubts, respond calmly, without emotion. If you want her to return, keep yourself distant. Remember, if she really wants to talk to you, she won't use excuses. 8. If she never valued you, she will continue as if nothing happened. It hurts to accept, but not all women will feel your absence. If a woman never valued you, if you were only there to fill her ego, she is not going to react when you walk away. Some people in life only view you as an option, as someone who is there when they need him, but never as someone important. And when you disappear, their life continues exactly the same. There is no surprise, no doubts, no messages seeking excuses. They simply move forward. The hard truth: if upon walking away she shows not the slightest interest, it means you were never a priority in her life. She may have used you for attention, company, or validation, but deep down, she never saw you as someone irreplaceable. And the worst part is that while you ask yourself if she misses you, while you check your phone waiting for a message from her, she is busy with another person, with her friends, or simply living her life without your absence affecting her. Because that is the truth. People who do not value you do not feel your absence. Stop looking for signs where there are none. Many men make the mistake of trying to find clues that she still thinks of them. They check if she viewed their stories. They ask themselves if a status she uploaded is a hint They try to convince themselves that deep down she misses them. But reality is simpler. If a woman truly misses you, she will let you know. If a woman truly valued you, sooner or later she would show it. If there are no signs that she misses you, if there are no attempts at communication, if she doesn't even appear to have noticed your absence, it is because she didn't care as much as you thought. And yes, it hurts. It hurts to realize that someone to whom you gave time, effort, and energy never felt the same for you. But it is also a gift because it liberates you. It lets you see the truth without illusions, without excuses, without false hope. The best move you can make. If she continues as if nothing happened, you must also continue as if nothing happened. Do not give her the power to make you feel less. Do not waste your energy asking yourself what you did wrong. Do not waste time waiting for her to react. The best response to someone who did not value you is to disappear without looking back. 9. If she sees you continue without speaking to her, she will go into crisis. Many men give up too soon. They pull away from a woman for a few days, expect her to look for them, and when nothing happens, they return as if nothing had changed. That is the mistake. Because by doing that, you show her that you were only playing, that your absence wasn't real, that you were never strong enough to move on without her. And that is exactly what many women expect, that you get desperate, that you doubt, that you return like a puppy seeking attention. But if you really stand firm in your silence, something changes. The moment a woman's mind collapses, the first weeks they act with pride, they can pretend they don't care, but when they see the days pass, that you continue without looking for her, the crisis begins. Because now the question changes from, is he playing, to, did he really get over me? Does he not care anymore? Has he found another? And here is where many men get it wrong. When they see she starts to react, they get excited too quickly and return to their old attitude of being available, of showing her they are still waiting. Error. If she goes into crisis, it is because for the first time she feels unsure of you. For the first time, her ego feels the blow of your absence. But if in that moment you yield, if you respond immediately, if you act as if nothing happened, you will return to the same cycle as always, where she has control. Do not fall into the trap. Here is where men must wake up. It is not about playing with a woman. It is not about manipulating her or making her suffer. It is about understanding that respect is only earned with actions, not with words. If you disappeared because she didn't value you, stand firm. If you stopped speaking to her because she treated you like an option, continue with your life without expecting her reaction. Because the moment she sees you truly indifferent, when she feels you no longer have the need to speak to her, that will be the moment she feels what it is to truly lose you. 10. If she really wanted you, she will ask to come back. When a woman realizes you lost interest, there are only two options. 1. You didn't really matter to her and she continues her life without thinking twice. 2. You mattered to her and she will do something to win you back. Here is where the difference becomes clear. If she truly had feelings for you, her pride will fall into the background. Hints won't be enough. Checking your social media won't calm her. Waiting for you to look for her won't be an option anymore. She will have to face it, and it is at this point where she will do what before seemed impossible. She will write to you, she will call you, she will look for you, because now she has fear. Fear that you are no longer there. Fear that someone else has valued you. Fear that you have really gotten over her. The decisive moment. If this happens, here is where many men lose control. They come running back. They get excited. They forget why they walked away in the first place. Do not do that. If she wants you back, ask yourself, is she showing a real change, or does she only seek to recover her comfort? Because if she only returns for ego, if there is no true intention to treat you better, if she continues with the same attitude as before, the only thing she will do is ensure you remain available for when it suits her. If she truly wanted you, her return will not be only with pretty words. It will come with respect, with effort, with the intention to change. And in that moment, the decision will be yours. Because now, for the first time in history, you have the power to choose. Here is the reality many men do not want to hear. If a woman truly values you, you will never be put in the position of having to win her back. When a woman knows what she has, she does what is necessary to take care of it. She doesn't play with your time. She doesn't ignore you when it suits her. She doesn't wait to lose you to just then start treating you well. But many men cling to women who already showed them they do not value them. They wait, justify, give infinite chances, convince themselves she will change, and end up losing respect for themselves in the process. And here is where the hardest part to accept comes. A woman can feel attraction for you, can desire you, can need you. But if she doesn't respect you, she is going to destroy you. It may not be intentional, but that doesn't change the result. If she sees you are weak, she will play with you. If she sees you will always be available, she will leave you in the background. If she sees she has you secure, she will lose all interest in treating you well. But if you are the man who walks away when he is not valued, if you are the man who respects himself enough not to beg for love, if you are the man who is not afraid to lose her because he knows his value does not depend on her, then it is she who will have to demonstrate she is worth being in your life. That is the point of all this. It is not about manipulating. It is not about punishing. It is about knowing what you are worth and acting accordingly. Because in the end, the right woman will not make you wait, will not test you, will not make you feel you have to convince her to value you. And if you have to do all that, she is not the right one. Now tell me, has this ever happened to you? Did you walk away from a woman and she reacted in any of these ways? Leave it in the comments. I want to know your story. I read everyone and will be responding. If this video opened your eyes, share it with someone who needs it. See you in the next one.